Gone are the days when farming used to be left to the old age. This greenhouse project is an example of what the Kenyan government saw and funded through the Youth Enterprise Development Fund. Let's take a look and see what the potential that the Kenyan government saw in this. Made up of 10 members, Gakiara Youth proposed a tomato growing project through greenhouses, as it's a modern method of farming, and with the level of interest it drew from the villagers, they were awarded 358,000 shillings to start the agribusiness.
Being brought up in a background where farming is a common phenomena, we chose on agribusiness because it's good, it's profitable, and being done out of passion, it's good. Furthermore, being business people, all business, provided you venture with seriousness, we believe you can make it.
I think we are majorly an agricultural oriented country, and much of our activity revolves around that sector, but it is not yet fully developed. So for us as a fund, we took a step in a small way to begin attracting young people back into the farms. And greenhouse farming is a decent way of farming anyway. It's not the normal old type of farming that we take jembes and dig the... So this to us was a way of getting young people back into the farms and attract them into thinking agriculture as a business.
After graduating, most young people in Kenya dream to have white-collar jobs. Nonetheless, with the current 40% unemployment rate, it's unlikely that many of them will end up behind mahogany desks and swirling chairs. However, what is the potential of these youths to be job creators instead of job seekers?
The potential of the youth is amazing. I mean, having traveled the different parts of the world, in the UK and also in different parts of Africa, I would say that the Kenyan youth specifically, they're smart, they're sharp fellas, but we need to get our mindset from looking at what can we do in Kenya to what do we have to offer to the world.
Harnessing the youth potential in the country is where the rubber meets the road. The 24 million youth locked out of formal employment can support Kenya's economic growth through various creative and innovative ideas.
This age bracket of 18 to 35 to me is the critical group of young people. Why? Because it's the stage at which I believe the human mind is really very innovative in terms of creation of new ideas, in terms of speed in execution, in terms of ability to drive the agenda of this country. And that is why the government, through its Vision 2030 blueprint, they placed this fund and gave the youth a central role in ensuring that we achieve the Vision 2030.
The major focus of youth and innovation would be in the IT sector, IT industry. And yes, that is the right place to be because that's where the world is going when you look at Silicon Valley. But we need to contextualize our innovation in terms of Kenya. What do we need to break out of poverty and injustice? And for that, youth have to be focused on more or less on economic activities that are not purely IT. IT is a place to make money, IT is a place to grow. But youth and innovation, youth need to be more innovative in terms of how do we increase our agricultural inputs, how do we bring up better farming methods for the local farmer in the village. More or less, how do banks work? How can you come up with models that work for the Kenyan sector?
Having reached less than 200,000 youths through funding, capacity building and mentorship, the government admits that more needs to be done to ensure youth economic prosperity.
I know that the task is still quite enormous. If you compare the 200,000 and the millions of young people, we are looking at about 13 million. But you should also understand that not every young person will be an entrepreneur. The main issue is we can have a few young persons becoming entrepreneurs to employ the other young persons. And out of these 13 million or so people who are in that age bracket, of course others are already in business, others are employed in the formal and in the informal sector. But yes, we know that 200,000 is still a drop in the ocean.
What I would advise the youth is to take any opportunity that's come their way. Provided you have the funding and you have the passion, you have the energy to do whatever it's necessary, I think you can pick whatever it is. It's good to take the fund and move with it. And I'm telling you, it's something you never regret for the rest of your life.
An encouragement to the youth that it's not all about formal jobs after all. With adequate funding and guidance, this age group can turn into an economic powerhouse. For Eye on Kenya, I am Laban-Cliff Onserio.